Hello, welcome back to Wolf vs. Ponies. We're going to move on to our next pony. As you can see in the title, it's Rainbow Dash. Rainbow Dash, she's so awesome. She's 20% more awesome than Twilight. In fact, it should be called the Rainbow Dash Show.
Not really, seeing how narcissistic and egotistical she is, plus some of her obsessions she has with materialistic things.
Obsession with materialistic things? Are you sure you're not thinking about Rarity?
Oh, I'm pretty sure I know who I'm talking about. Although Rarity should be on that list as well.
Rainbow Dash is pretty much the hero of MLP. She's recognized by everyone. In fact, she's almost the official mascot of the entire series. She's actually kind of like a female version of Sonic the Hedgehog, actually, to most people, considering she's fast, egotistical, and of course immature, but is still a super awesome hero who can do almost anything beyond the impossible.
Yes, but when she does have some sort of battle plan, it's usually just running in and attacking it. It's not really well thought out.
Yeah, well, neither is Rarity's plans of trying to seduce the monster, talk it to death, and use her looks to get what she wants.
Well, it's better than just flying in, kicking it in the face, and expecting it to leave.
Well, yes, sometimes her plans are poorly thought out, but Rainbow Dash is an action girl. She needs to fight. In fact, she dreams about killing monsters. She's so epic. She's a fighter, and she wants to join the Wonderbolts Academy, and she did get in. She's proven that she has the tough physical strength needed and the intelligence after acing that test for 100%.
Yes, but it also shows that she does have some sort of learning disability. Plus, how great is the Wonderbolts Academy actually? I mean, compared to our military, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, those military bronies actually really shattered that episode to pieces and tore it up by showing how weak that their pony military was compared to a real-life military. However, Dash proved that she's strong enough to be a Wonderbolt. I mean, she's actually like a drone in a way, considering that she flies above everyone and monitors everything on the ground, perfectly memorizing it. How do you explain that? She memorizes things she watches on the ground just by flying without even concentrating and still look in front of her. She's like a drone, only better.
Well, that is good, but I don't want to go too much into drones, especially with My Little Portal's version of her.
Ha ha ha. Where she's half cyborg.
Yes, but on another note, she does have quite a bit of obsessions. Let's talk about her first one, of course, Daring Do. When it was first introduced, she said that she hated reading.
It's for eggheads.
Exactly. But then after reading not even the full book, she's willing to break into a hospital just to get it. You know, not into the library, which would be much easier and a lot less time would need to be spent on it, but she tries to go into a hospital, a government building for this book, when it could have all been avoided.
She learned that she was wrong to ignore reading and that she actually did love it, and she made up with Twilight in the end and got the book in return. And she read the whole series 150 times, showing that she also has brains with her bronze.
Yes, but then later in Daring Don't, when the book is set back by like a couple of months, she asks Twilight about the address of the writer of the books, and she just wants to go there and pretty much do all her chores for her. And then when we actually see her over there, she just tries to force her to write the books.
Force her to write the books? Well, she wants to finish it, you know, to have it soon, because it was about to be released, but then it was postponed. You'd be angry too if your favorite film or book or whatever was postponed, because the writer had no good reason to stop writing it.
Yes, but I mean, she doesn't care about her feelings at all, which Twilight points out. And then when she tries to save Daring Do, she ends up getting her captured because she thinks she needs her stupid hat.
Actually, Daring Do wanted to be captured, don't you remember? It was all part of her plan to infiltrate the temple and destroy the sacred rings and prevent the destruction of Equestria.
Yeah, good plan there, Daring Do. You would have killed yourself because you don't have the wing power to fly up when you have all of your hooves connected to stone.
And did we not forget that Dash was the one who saved her? She came in the end after getting over her own personal turmoil and saved Daring Do and helped her destroy the rings herself.
Well, good for her, and now Aoizotto has been defeated, although he could come back at any moment in time. But her other obsession is her own pet tank. Like when she first met him, she didn't really like him at all. Heck, he creeped her out.
Yeah, but he's a tortoise. He blinks slowly. I doubt lots of people who are known for their speed and athletics want a tortoise to be their best friend.
It's called contrast. Like Prince Blueblood wanted to have a red rose.
Yeah, but in the end she did accept Tank. After he saved her life, she realized what a jerk she was and how shallow she was for getting a pet that wanted to match her power. Instead got a pet that cared for her and wanted love and affection and not admiration.
Well, that is good. But then in Tanks for the Memories, she pretty much almost goes insane enough to bring Winter to death in a way.
That shows her character development. You saw the last time she had an episode with Tank, she hated him, and now it shows how much they've grown to love each other. When she wants to play God and prevent Winter from coming, and then she ends up loving Tank, and then she does accept that he needs to hibernate. Then like 2 episodes later, Winter's over and he came back, showing she got over it.
Yes, but I mean, doing that, she put Ponyville in a lot of danger. Heck, she brought a nuclear winter, so to say.
Yeah, but she's loyal to her friends still. She's the element of loyalty. Although some people say she might need to represent honesty instead, considering that she tells the truth even if it hurts her friends really badly. But she's loyal to her friends, and we see that in Rainbow Falls, where she has torn between joining the Wonderbolt's team or Ponyville's team, which has the weak Fluttershy and the incredibly stupid Bulk Biceps, and she chose to join them instead, showing how loyal she was to her friends and her town.
Speaking of Fluttershy, she was willing to sell her for a book.
She knew she was wrong and she got her back.
But still, the idea of selling your friend for a book, I mean, you would think twice about that. Not Rainbow Dash on her one-track mind of just getting a first edition book to have a complete set. No, she'll sell her friend for that one book.
Well, it was kind of Twilight's fault because Twilight owned the book and never gave it to her or told her she had it, which caused Rainbow Dash to act so crazy in the first place because she thought there was only one chance to get it.
But she could have just asked Twilight for the book.
Yeah, but Rainbow Dash didn't want to ask Twilight. She wanted to do it on her own to show how independent she is.
Alright, good for her independence. But sometimes that independence gets her in a lot of trouble, as we've seen quite a bit before.
Such as?
I hate you.
Of course. Rainbow Dash is a good role model for girls, too. I mean, compared to Rarity and Pinkie Pie, Rainbow Dash actually sets a high goal for little girls that they should follow. She's super confident, super skilled, she has a lot of faith in herself.
And all girls should charge into battle headfirst without thinking, or sell their friends for a material object without thinking twice.
Yeah, but she learns her lesson. She learns that there's more than just rushing ahead and bull rushing everything that's up against her. She actually developed over time and became a better person. I mean, who would you rather want as your girlfriend? Rainbow Dash or Rarity?
I will not answer that question. You know who I want.
Yes, I do. Sunset Shimmer. But Rainbow Dash is actually one of the better heroes. Although she is a bit egotistical, her lesson is that she learns to become more down to earth and not be mean and cruel to others. It's good to have confidence in yourself, but rubbing it in every pony's face does kind of make you look bad. However, they toss that lesson in Trixie's episode too, but it was mostly Rainbow Dash's theme apparently, since she does that in half her episodes.
I'm glad you brought up about her ego, because yes, she does have a very inflated and massive ego, such like Mysterious Mare-do-Well. If we digress into that episode was all about her and her ego. Heck, she would have become the villain if she had done that damn thing on purpose.
May I remind you that the main six wanted to teach Fluttershy that being an ego and bragging about your heroics was bad, yet they brag about their heroics when they're Mysterious Mare-do-Well?
Yeah, not really a good episode for teaching us that.
Yeah, but Rainbow Dash was the town hero, showing that there was a point where she was a humble hero before her ego dragged her down. Yet in the end, she did learn her lesson, despite the main six's botched attempt to teach it through her. But she did catch Mysterious Mare-do-Well.
Yes, but also on her ego, Even when we see her in her past at the flight camp, she was supposedly defending Fluttershy's honor, yet when she flew past her, she didn't even realize that she had knocked her to the ground.
Yes, but if it wasn't for Rainbow Dash, she would never have triggered the Sonic Rain Boom, which gave all the main six their cutie marks. She's the reason why they all have their special talents. How do you explain that, Wolf? She gave them their special talents and created their good characters. Rainbow Dash, the one pony whose ego actually saved the day.
And that was all by accident. She didn't mean to do the Sonic Rain Boom. She wasn't saving anybody like she does later with Rarity. But I mean,
and the Wonderbolt.
Yes, but I mean, seriously, she was doing that all for her ego. It was for her. She loved to race and loved to win. She didn't give a damn about Fluttershy.
How do we know that she's not in love with Fluttershy?
How do we know she isn't in love with Rarity, or Applejack, or Pinkie Pie, or Fluttershy, or Twilight, or Big Mac?
You forgot Gilda.
Yeah.
Let's not forget her relationship with Gilda, which is pretty obvious sign that Rainbow Dash was dating her, considering that Gilda was staying at her house, and then they attend the party as a couple, too. It implies that Gilda might be some kind of clingy, jealous girl, especially when Pinkie Pie comes in between them. But I think personally that Dash might be bi, since we've had her interested in both male ponies and female ponies quite a lot. But that's a good role model too. Rainbow Dash is a good representative for the bisexual community, considering that she's almost a mainstream bisexual, and a lot of people can see that obviously in the episode. Not helped by the fact that her colors are rainbow, which kind of supports my theory, but Rainbow Dash is a positive role model, considering how tough and cool she is and well loved.
Yeah, I have to admit that she actually is a good role model for anyone of the actual LGBT, and heck, I mean, even for some girls, because she's not always brash, because sometimes she does have a feminine side.
Especially when she hangs out with the Wonderbolt at the Grand Galloping Gala, where she wore a pretty dress and actually squealed when she met her heroes.
Oh yeah, she fangirled all over them.
And she fangirls all over Daring Do, too, especially when she finds out that her favorite author and Daring Do are the same pony. Very funny, but Dash does display a feminine side to her that appears in some episodes, but not quite as often, because Rainbow Dash is a tomboy, and a good representative of tomboys, I might add, considering that she's a girl, but she's tough. However, if you're beginning the show, you might get confused on Rainbow Dash's gender, because some people actually complain that they couldn't tell whether Dash was a boy or a girl. Which I could kind of see, but you figure it out really easily as if you keep watching the show.
And once you hear them say her.
Hey, yeah, but Rainbow Dash is pretty tough. She's the element of loyalty. In fact, she charges most of the monsters.
And she's also an alcoholic.
Oh yes, the cider. I'll admit she might have a bit of a problem with alcohol, considering that the apple cider is the counterpart to alcohol.
A problem? Heck, she should probably just see an AA counselor. Once it gets spilled on the ground, she eats the dirt with the cider and claims it's a cruel joke while crying.
She tried to drink as much of the cider as she could.
That's all she cared about during the bats thing as well. She was willing to commit murder/genocide on creatures that have done her no wrong for cider.
Yeah, but she is pretty awesome. In fact, Twilight thinks that Rainbow Dash is awesome. She even says so herself in the episodes. But Rainbow Dash is a good role model for girls and one of the more interesting characters in My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. Except for the one time where her human counterpart kind of did cause the main conflict. You remember that, Wolf?
Oh yes, Rainbow Rocks. That was all about her because she thought the band was hers. Heck, even the song Awesome As I Wanna Be promoted that.
But she did learn her lesson in the end. In the end, she realized what a control freak she was and rehanded the band over to all of them, and in fact used Fluttershy's song to defeat the Dazzlings, showing that human Rainbow Dash is changing, and hopefully in the third movie, since she is the main athlete of the team, she'll finally prove her awesomeness in the actual gaming field against Crystal Prep.
So, Rainbow Dash, our first Pegasus to do the Behind the Pony on, is quite an interesting character. She has her pros, but she also has some of her flaws. No matter what, we'll always remember her for one thing: being 20% cooler, memes, and the Sonic Rain Boom. I've been Wolf.
And I've been Catastrophe, and this was my catastrophic input.
And we'll see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye.
Meow.